DLS raised, which is the reporting requirements. One of the guys who helped write the Maryland Metro Transit Funding Act clearly just didn't know what he was doing. So let me just see if we have an agreement since you're both just sitting here. Is it the case that MDOT is okay with the methodology that's been used for the monthly ridership of rail and bus systems broken down by Metro Rail station, Metro Rail line, bus stop, and bus line, such that next year, when the report goes over to MDOT will check the box and say that's done? Is that the case, Mr. Secretary?
Okay, we do not maintain that kind of information about ridership as far as
I'm sorry, Mr. Secretary, what the general manager said was, or what was indicated to DLS, I should say, is that MDOT has indicated satisfaction in the methodology that WMATA's done, because you're right, it's not your job to do it, but it is your job to accept it. So I just want to make sure I understand that you now agree with that methodology, so that going forward on an annual basis, we'll be able to check that box. Is that an accurate understanding?
I'm looking at the people that are actually having to work with that, but we're good. We're good.
Great. The next one is strategies to reduce costs and improve the WMATA operational efficiency. WMATA's view is that it was in the strategic plan. MDOT's view is that it was not received yet. Has that been worked out? Do we now all agree it was in the strategic plan, or is some additional report needed?
We believe it is in there. It's something that we've actually taken out to public hearing as well, where we discuss it. It's also a requirement in the Virginia legislation as well, and they're accepting it as well.
Sorry to drag you up here, Pat.
Good afternoon, Delegates. My name is Pscherer. I'm the director of MDOT's Washington Area Transit Office. I have been involved in working with WMATA on these reporting requirements. Originally, we didn't assume that the efficiencies were a part of the report of the strategic plan. After working through their director of government affairs, it was indicated and shown to us that indeed it is part of their strategic plan. It is our hope that WMATA will keep the strategic plan current, and if that is indeed the case, then we have no issues with using that as their satisfaction for reporting that requirement.
Great. I can't quite recall. I think they might have to keep the strategic plan current under at least one of the Virginia or Maryland bills, but we can check on that. The last one is individual audit reports. MDOT, great comment. Unclear what is meant by this. I'd really talk to the author of that bill if I were you, but WMATA's view is the individual audit reports are compiled on a single audit report. So does that satisfy it, or is there something else that needs to happen?
In all honesty, after it had been reported that that was indeed the case, with no other information on what that requirement actually indicated, we were willing to accept that as is a compilation of compliance reporting, and that seemed to fit the bill, so to speak.
So it sounds to me that, like, in 10 months when you guys are going through this process again, assuming it matches what was submitted to you this year, this shouldn't be an issue in the DLS analysis. It should be all free and clear. Is that an accurate understanding?
Yes, sir. That's our interpretation.
Terrific. Thank you. I'm glad we could work that out.